Get ready for some serious fun, because today we're doing the ultimate SSL G Bus Compressor Shootout. Do the top plugin emulations compare to the actual hardware? I've got the answer to this question and more, coming right up. Hi, I'm Les Vegas, recording artist, music producer, and mixing engineer from Los Angeles, California. On this channel, I talk about all the latest pro audio hardware and software and provide tips and tricks on recording and mixing music at home. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And at any point in the video, check out all the links to all the different gear, software, and other things we talk about in this video in the description below. Today, we're shooting out 13 of the most popular SSL G Bus Compressor plugins against my hardware unit to see how they compare to the real thing. These premium plugins range anywhere from $30 to $300. There are even 2 free plugins in this list. With that being said, my hardware unit costs $2,200. What? Yeah, well, let's see if it's worth it. So the plugins we'll be comparing today are the Plugin Alliance BX Townhouse Bus Compressor by Brainworks, DMG Audio's Track Comp, The Glue by Cytomic, Ableton's Glue Compressor, also made in partnership with Cytomic, SSL's very own Native Bus Compressor, Universal Audio's SSL G Bus Compressor, Slate Digital's Virtual Bus Compressors, FG Gray, Wave's SSL G Master Bus Compressor, Nomad Factory's AS Bus Comp, IK Multimedia T-Rax Bus Compressor, Native Instruments Solid Bus Comp, Acustica Audio's SAN 3 Comp, and Analog Obsession's BUSTER SE. I tested them using all the same settings: ratio on 4, attack on 30, and release on the famous auto setting. This is probably the most common setting used on countless hip-hop, rock, and dance songs over the past 40 years. On my hardware unit, I also have the high-pass filter set to 105 Hz. This feature is included on only the more modern G-Bus compressors, as the originals in the center console sections didn't have this. So I set all the plugins that had a high-pass feature to 105 Hz as well. The only plugins that didn't have a high-pass filter were the Waves SSL G Master Bus Compressor and the Native Instruments Solid Bus Comp. My typical mix bus settings on an electronic dance track like this one might be ratio on 2, attack on 30, and release on 0.1. Lighter compression settings like these usually work best on electronic dance music, but with this track, the 4:1 ratio and auto release were giving me that professional, polished sound that I was after. So that's where I landed and what I matched all the plugins to. With all the settings in place, I dialed in the threshold on each so I was getting around 1 to 2 decibels of gain reduction, and then slowly tweaked the threshold up or down by 0.1 increments until I hit the sweet spot of each plugin where the kick was popping through the mix and the hi-hats were dancing. Then I precisely level matched each plugin using a LUFS meter to ensure that there were absolutely 0 volume differences that could influence our decisions. Now, let's hear how these suckers sound. The song we'll be using today is a preview for my upcoming release, so it's not a finished mix. It's just been balanced, panned, and I added some EQ on each of the 29 tracks. All right, let's do it. Wow. Now that was a test, right? I mean, they all sounded great in their own way. I know I wouldn't want to mix a tune without at least one of these plugins on my mix bus, but to me, there was a clear and distinct difference. Some might call it subtle, but I call it significant. I think all these plugin manufacturers are getting pretty close with the compression effect, but the hardware SSL G Comp just has a way with clearing out the center, widening the stereo field, and keeping the transients intact across the entire frequency spectrum, while applying that glue that it's so well known for. The whole mix just opens up, doesn't it? That's what I'm hearing, but I want to know what you hear. Let me know in the comments below. I hope this video clears up any questions you might have had on what the SSL G Bus Compressor can do for you and how it compares to the plugins. It certainly did for me, and I feel really good about getting it despite its high price tag. For me, it really was that extra 10% I was looking for to take my production from sounding really good to sounding like a record. I made all these test files available for free in high quality 48K 32-bit WAV files to compare in your DAW. You can download them at the link in the description below. Also, if you'd like me to run one of your mixes through my hardware SSL G Compressor, it costs just $25 on soundbetter.com, and I provide you with two options. One with lighter settings and manual release times, and the second with slightly harder settings and using the famous auto release. If you have preferred settings you always like and use, when you place the order, just add it in the notes and I'll include it as a third option at no additional cost. If you have any questions or want to talk about anything mentioned in the video, just let me know in the comments below. And remember, some of the top producers and artists in the world tune into videos just like this one, so definitely connect with other musicians and producers down there.